बोले। दूर से कन्हैया ने मुझको पुकारा, मुरली के धुन में किया है इशारा। दूर से कन्हैया ने मुझको पुकारा, मुरली के धुन में किया है इशारा। मेरे सपनों की रैना के तार डोले, मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा की नैनों में शाम डोले, मोर बोले। आज मेरे मन की लगन रंग लाए, प्यार का संदेहा की संग संग लाए। आज मेरे मन की लगन रंग लाए, प्यार का संदेहा की संग संग लाए। मेरे पगिया में चमचम का हार डोले, मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा की नैनों में शाम डोले, मोर बोले चकोर बोले, आज राधा की नैनों में शाम डोले, मोर बोले। भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला। भजो गिरधारी गोपाला, भजो गिरधारी गोपाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला। मथुरा में हरि जन्म लियो है, मथुरा में हरि जन्म लियो है, मथुरा में हरि जन्म लियो है। गोकुल झूले नंद लाला, गोकुल झूले नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला। मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे, मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे, मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे। गल बैजंती माला, गल बैजंती माला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला। जमुना के तीर धेनु चढ़ावे, जमुना के तीर, जमुना के तीर, जमुना के तीर, जमुना के तीर, जमुना के तीर धेनु चढ़ावे। मुरली बजाए नंद लाला, मुरली बजाए नंद लाला, दासी, मीरा प्रभु के चरण की दासी, शरणगत प्रतिपाला, शरणगत प्रतिपाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंदलाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंदलाला, भजो गिरधारी गोपाला, भजो गिरधारी गोपाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंदलाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंदलाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंदलाला, हरि नंदलाला, हरि नंदलाला, हरि नंदलाला.
Sitaram, it is with great pleasure I welcome each and everyone to the fourth night of SWAHA GDKM Kirtan Mandali Devi Yagya. Also, a special welcome to devotees joining us on our live streams, both on IETV and social media. At this point, I now hand over to the Paramacharya, Pandit Haridev Prasad, as we proceed with tonight's devotions.
बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय. आदि शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय. Devotees, as I begin, I say blessings to each of you for having joined us. As we continue our devotions to Devi in this auspicious period of time, Navratra, we prepare ourselves for evening's discourse and we do so through invocation. So I'd like you to assume an attitude of prayer. Join your hands together, close your eyes. However you are comfortable, once you can concentrate on the divine. And Om Namas Chandikayai, simple mantra. Or if you prefer Om Hrim Shrim Chandikayai Namaha. We perform invocation as we tune in ourselves as further preparation to listen to the glories of the divine. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namah. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnanayanjan Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Gajananam Bhudaganadisevitam Kapitya Jambu Falasahara Bhakshanam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakaranam Namahami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam. Namahami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam. Om रसहनां छन्दसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारो वन्दे वाणी विनायको वन्दे वाणी विनायको वन्दे वाणी विनायको या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु श्रद्धारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दयारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः हे देवी माँ नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै माँ नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः ॐ कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय Visualize Nataraj devotees. Dimik dimik dim. Damaru baje. Prema magan. Nachat bhola. Bhagwan Shankar dancing in the state of ecstasy. To the rhythm of the Damaru. Dimik dimik dim. Dimik dimik dim. Bam bhola Shiva. Bam bhola. Dimik dim Damaru baje. Prema magan nachat bhola. dimik dim Damaru baje. Prema magan nachat bhola. प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला बम भोला शिव बम भोला बम भोला शिव बम भोला भालचंद्र शिर गंगा लहरत अथभ भूतन को बोला। भालचंद्र शिर गंगा लहरत अथभ भूतन को बोला। तो दिमिक दिम डमरू बाजे प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला। श्रृंगी नाद बजावत गावत रत की रह्यो बगली छोड़ा। तो निक दिम डमरू बाजे प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला। बोलो। नाग फनन सो करत आरती देव देव गति अनमोला। नाग फनन सो करत आरती देव देव गति अनमोला। तो दिमिक दिम डमरू बाजे प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला। बम भोला शिव बम भोला। हे प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। हे बम भोला शिव बम भोला। Behold the image of Bhagwan Shankar, devotees firmly fixed in the mind's eye. And this mantra, simple, pleases him tremendously. Panchakshar mantra with Omkar Pranam. We seek the protection of that ocean of compassion, Deen Dayalu Kripa Sagar. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahi Maham. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Lakshamam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahi Maham. शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय रक्ष माम् ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय पाहि माम् ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय रक्ष माम् ॐ नमः शिवाय पाहि माम् ॐ नमः शिवाय रक्ष माम् बोलिए श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. Devotees, we offer our stotra to Devi Ma. This is called Saptashloki Durga. 7 shlokas have been taken from different compositions to make one special stotra to glorify Devi Ma. So you will realize that when all stotras are sifted and what is taken out, it will be the essence. It will be essence. It's like you churn the ghee, the milk, and you get ghee. So this Saptashloki Durga, very, very powerful. So we surrender to Mata. She knows. Concentrate. Continue to concentrate. Om Namas Chandikayai. Om At Saptashloki Durga. Shivubacha. Devi Tvam Bhakti Sulabhi. Sarva Karya Vidhayani. Kalauhi Karya Siddhyartam. Upayam Bruhi Yatnataha. Devi Ubach. Shrunu Deva Pravakshami. Kalau Sarveshta Sadhanam. Mayatavai Vasnehe Napya. Ambaschuti Prakashyate. Om Asasi Durga Saptashloki Stuta Mantasya. Narayan Rishi Anushtup Chandaha. Sri Mahakali Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswatyo Devta. Sri Durga Prityartam Saptashloki Durga Parthe Vinyogaha. Om Jnani Namapi Chetansi Devi Bhagavati Hisa. Balada Krishna Muhaya Mahamaya Prayachati. Durge Smita Harisi Bhitmasesha Jantuho. Swasthe Smita Mati Mativ Shubhang Dadasi. Daridra Dukha Bhai Harni Katvadanya. Sarva Upakara Karanaya Sadarda Chitta. Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike. Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sharanagata Dinartha Paritrana Parayani. Sarva Shyarthi Hare Devi Narayani Namostute. Sarva Swarupe Sarveshe Sarva Shakti Samanvite. Bhayebhyastrahino Devi Durge Devi Namostute. Rogana Sheshana Pahansi Tushta. Rushta tu Kaman Sakalana Bhishtam. Tvamasitanang Navipannaranang. Tvamasitahya Setang Prayamti. Sarva Badha Prashamanam. Tailokasya Khileshwari. Evameva Tvaya Karyam. Asmrivairi Vinashanam. It is the Saptashloki Durga Samaptaha. Adde Vyashtakam. Mahadeving Mahashakting. Bhavaning Bhavavallabham. Bhavarti Bhanjankaring. Vande Tvang Lokamataram. Bhakta Priyang Bhakti Gamyang. Bhaktang Nang Kiriti Vardhikam. Bhava Priyang Sating Deving. Vande Tvang Bhakta Vatsalam. Annapurnang Sadapurnang. Parvating Parva Pujitam. Maheshwaring Vrikharudhang. Vande Tvang Parameshwarim. Kal Ratring Maharatring. Muharatring Janishwarim. Shivakantang Shambhu Shakting. Vande Tvang Jananim Umam. Jagat Kartri Jagat Dhatring. Jagat Sanghara Karnim. Muni Bhihi Sangstutang Bhadrang. Vande Tvang Mokshadainim. Deva Dukharam Ambang. Sada Deva Sahayakam. Muni Devahi Sada Sevyang. Vande Tvang Deva Pujitam. Trinetrang Shankaring Gaurim. भोगमोक्षप्रदां शिवां महामायां जगद्बीजां वन्दे त्वां जगदीश्वरीं शरणागतजीवानां सर्वदुःखविनाशिनीं सुखसम्पत्करीं नित्यां वन्दे त्वां प्रकृतिं परां देव्यष्टकमिदं पुण्यं योगानन्देन निर्मितं यः पठेद्भक्तिभावने लभते स परं सुखम् इति श्री देवाष्टकं सम्पूर्णम्। ओम सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ओम तत्सत। नमश्चंदिकाय। बोले श्री आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। That last ashtakam, I did their devotees, composed by Paramhans Yoganand. Paramhans Yoganand, a outstanding disciple of Ramakrishna Paramhans. Great intellectuals, beautiful, powerful stotras praising Mata. So we have praised Mata through these stotras. Let's do so through simple bhajan, which everybody would be able to join in, I feel sure. So let's concentrate on Mata. तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती, श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती, पग पग प्राण बचाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। तू ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की भक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की शक्ति माँ, तू ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की भक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की शक्ति माँ, तू मातु से भाग जगाने भागी भागी आती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। तू काली महाकाली दुर्गा, तू ही बाल भवानी है, तू पुराण का तार शारदा, तू वेदों की वाणी है, तू काली महाकाली दुर्गा, तू ही बाल भवानी है, तू पुराण का तार शारदा, तू वेदों की वाणी है। तू बालक को गोद में लेकर जीवन गीत सुनाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। बोले श्री आदि शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। Now devotees, time and again we get reminders as to what we should do, reflect upon what we are doing, whether we are doing the right things or not. Now we have been mentioning time and again, life is nothing but an empty dream unless one realizes that's supreme. Life is empty without divinity. Empty. No matter what you have, meaning material, qualifications, position, power, without divinity, life is nothing, empty. Because as we have been maintaining time and again, put forward by Adi Shankar, the world is false, means changeable. It doesn't last. Nothing lasts. There's only one truth, one reality, that is that supreme. Now it doesn't mean to say that we should run away from the world. You are in the world, but we develop a state where we are not of the world. We are not dictated to by materialism. But basically, we are all looking for that divine, and as I mentioned some previous night, I am divinity. Aham Brahmasmi. So why am I searching everywhere? Where will I find that divine? Not inside. Right inside of me. For I am divinity. Aham Brahmasmi. Unfortunately, many of us are not aware of this, or we don't pay attention to it. We believe God is elsewhere. He is everywhere. He is. But where am I going to find Him? The sages tell us, inside. But what do I do to get there? There are so many obstacles. Annamay Kosh, Pranamay Kosh, Manomay Kosh, Vigyanmay Kosh, Anandmay Kosh, the koshas, the tattvas, everything inside of this body of mine that could lead me to inside, they're like barriers which I have to go beyond. But I have to keep on trying, self-effort. And devotees, Brahmananda again very beautifully is telling us, without that devotion to the Lord, whichever form we choose, Ek Brahm Dvitiya Nasti, there's only one God. Many manifestations, many personifications, people call Him by different names, different religions, people go to Him, same one God. And I keep saying over and over, there is nothing like a Muslim God, a Hindu God, a Christian God. There is that one divine. We go to Him in different pathways, by different pathways. So devotees, whichever pathway we are on, the key to it is that we must bring divinity into our lives. Failure to do that, it is deviant behavior. So devotees, Brahmanand, in a very beautiful way, great sage, very experienced. He's telling us, in this context, he's using Hari. Hari ka bhajan, karle. I should always chant that name of the divine, worship Him, seek Him. Then my mati, my intellect, will be enlightened, focused in the right way. Bhajan vina, without that bhajan, without that seeking that Lord, there is nothing good that can come out of my life. Mileri ne shubhagatiya. Shubhagati wouldn't come. Na mileri shubhagatiya. Bhajan vina. So devotees, in other words, the bhajan endorses what we are doing, what we have been doing, and hopefully what we'll continue to do, seeking that Lord. So let's follow. Hari ka bhajan kar riri meri matiya bhajan vina na mileri shubhagatiya Hari का भजन कर रे मेरी मतिया, भजन बिना नबी रे शुभ गतिया। क्या विषयों में फिरत भुलानी, क्या विषयों में फिरत भुलानी, अंत काल सब नरक निशानी, अंत काल सब नरक निशानी, जावत बीत काल दिन रतिया। हरि का भजन कर रे मेरी मतिया, भजन बिना ना मिले रे शुभ गतिया। Why, O man, are you so absorbed in the poisons of materialism? Why have you forgotten yourself in the poisons of materialism? This material world, nothing but pointers towards what? Narak. Narak Nishani. A state of suffering, pain, deep grief. We spend our entire life fighting materialism. Time goes by. We waste our life day after day. Oh man, realize who you are and what you are. You are unique. You are special. Don't waste your life. जग दुर्लभ मनुष्य तनु पाया, जग दुर्लभ मनुष्य तन पाया, हरि के भजन बिन का मन आया, हरि के भजन बिन का मन आया, जिमि निश फल दी पक दिन बदिया। हरि का भजन कर रे मेरी मतिया, भजन बिना नामी रे शुभ गतिया। जगत दुर्लभ मानुष तनु पावा. The 8,400,000 species of creation, of which the human form is the most difficult to achieve. According to some, it is the highest form in creation. Being born as a human being, living your life, Harike bhajan bina kam na aya. Without seeking that Lord, without that divinity, without spirituality, nothing good happens. Uselessness, fruitlessness, everything falls by the wayside. How? Jimi nishafal, Deepak bin Batiya. You have a lamp or you have a diya, there you have the wick, but no flame. No flame. What is the purpose of a diya? With a wick, with fuel, but no flame. You're still in darkness. So too without Hari Bhajan, oh man, your life is dark. Wake up. Turn to the Lord. But where is He? प्रीतम है तेरे तन अंदर, प्रीतम है तेरे तन अंदर, क्या खोजे बन पर्वत कंदर, क्या खोजे बन पर्वत कंदर, उलट घेख घट माही सुरतिया। हरि का भजन कर रे मेरी मतिया, भजन बिना ना मिलेरीषु भगतिया. प्रीतम है तेरे तन अंदर. The beloved you are looking for is inside. तेरे तन है अंदर. क्या खोजे बन पर्वत के अंदर. Where do you go looking? In mountain caves, forested areas, river streams, wherever. Why? Turn that vision inward. Turn that gaze inward. उलट देख घट माही सूरतिया. That beautiful divinity is within. Wrong direction, woman. Not outside, but inside. Brahmanandi devotees is telling us. ब्रह्मानंद बचन हितकारी. ब्रह्मानंद बचन हितकारी. छोड़ जगत की झूठी यारी. छोड़ जगत की झूठी यारी. हरि चरणन में काल दिन रतिया. हरि का भजन कर तेरी मेरी मतिया. भजन बिना मिलेरीषु भगतिया. भजन बिना मिलेरीषु भगतिया. भजन बिना मिलेरीषु भगतिया. Brahmanand Bachan Hitakari. Brahmanand devotees is saying words to us to our benefit. Now many times when things are said to our benefit, sometimes we tend to not accept it. You know what we do? Many times we tend to kill the messenger. We don't take the message. Many times we are so caught up with other matters that are not really necessary that the essence you lose out. Simple. We are caught up with how nice a person could speak, not the content. How hoggish a person is, not the content. Now all these things are important, I know that. But you see, when we look at these superficial factors, you're so caught up in, analyzing. It shouldn't so, this shouldn't be so. You lose the message totally. So what we are saying, don't get caught up. Take the message. Because the message presented for the benefit of all. Give up all the falsehood of this world. Chhod jagat ki jhuti yaari. All this changeability, the unpredictability. Devotees, the only thing constant in this world is change, as they say. And that in itself is unreal. For whatever is changeable is unreal. So why be gravitating towards that? Hari charanami, din, kala din natiya. Put our mind totally, completely on that divine, the feet of the master, as we say. If we want success in life, true success, lasting success. And what I mean by that, not only in this life, there are many lives. We lived in the past, we are here now, we'll come back again. What am I taking with me into the next life? What am I taking with me? Not the house, not the money, not the name, not the fame, the spiritual wealth I have accumulated. The efforts I make in seeking that Lord, I accumulate that as spiritual wealth. That is what goes with me from birth to birth. Help me to elevate. Like Upamanyu Muni. Yes, Shiv Puran tells us he was crying for milk, and that simple incident took him to Lord Shiva in that lifetime. But it didn't happen in one lifetime. Many lifetimes karmas accumulated, and that was the climax. So when you see people in certain conditions, certain spiritually, it didn't happen overnight. Years of and lifetimes of sacrifices take you there. So devotees understand that nothing is lost. Every little bit counts. So we must not give up. Sometimes we get frustrated, we get angry, different attitudes prevail, and we turn away from divinity, we vex with God. Many times in the past, we had, Gyanipak existing 50-something years now. And this temple is more than 30-something years now. Talking about experience, we have some devotees who used to come and every Sunday they vex with Lord Shiva. When I stand up, I'm watching Lord Shiva, so if looks would kill, Lord Shiva dead. Something wrong with them mentally. Not understanding. Vex with God. So devotees, pay attention to all these things. No matter what, after everything is said and done, there is one solution to all of life's problems. The Lord Himself. Unconditional surrender. You'll be amazed to see what happens. And coming hand in hand with this is that when I say unconditional surrender, you don't question Him. There's a reason for everything. And that divine Lord knows, as we see. Nature knows. So I go with it. If I do the right things in life, I want to emphasize this. If I do the right things in life, whatever happens to me, even if it's perceived to be bad, it is to my benefit. It's to my benefit. So devotees, tonight I'm going to present a discourse a little bit different from previous night and thing. It's a long discourse, but I will, summarize it, crystallize the whole thing out of it. And as I said, it is not so much about this devotion of Devi praying for Mata to appear to remove his trouble, etc. Though it is part of that. There was a king whose name was Shariati devotees. He had many queens. I won't tell you how many, but many. And with all these queens, he had only one child, one daughter. Now, you could very well imagine how she would be. She was excellent in all ways. Excellent in beauty, form, everything. Attitudes, a beautiful child. And even though there were stepmothers, everybody loved her. Not to mention the king himself, the subjects of his kingdom. So she was the eyeball, as we say, of everyone. Now, not far away from this kingdom where they lived, there was a beautiful forested area, nice pond, and the elaborate description is given here. All the different kind of trees that were there. The ashwa tree, kadam tree, kadli tree. Some of these trees we don't even know about. But beautiful greenery. And we all know, devotees, or we are supposed to know, that the color green, the wavelength of green light, has been proven to create peace within the mind. Bhagavan Shankar is referred to as Shantras, the essence of peace. Many of us use the green flag to worship him because he symbolizes peace. So the color green, where there's plenty of greenery, like in Gyanipak here, you can see plenty of green. Those things looking green to me. Right? Peaceful, calm. So devotees, that environment, very, very wonderful. To put it in simple terms, let's leave it like that. Very quiet. Very, very peaceful. Now, in that very same forested area, there was a sage whose name was Chavan Rishi. Now, Chavan Rishi, devotees, was the son of a great sage who was a Bhrigu Rishi. And Bhrigu was the one who tested, according to what story says, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, to prove who was the most compassionate of all. And of course, he proved that Vishnu Bhagavan was the most compassionate. Of course, this will have deeper meaning. So the Katha centers around this individual. He was in the very same forested area. looking for a place to perform tapasya. Now devotees, you can't sit down in the middle of the market square and do meditation, right? You have to find a quiet spot that's conducive, which was what he did. Devotees, his whole attitude. Ved Vyas is speaking to Raja Janmejai. Bhargav vyas chavan shantas tapas sanksitu munihi gyatvaso vijanang sthanam tapas tepe samahitaha kritva dhirasanam maunam adhaya jitam marutaha indriyani cha sangyamya tyaktaharas tapunidhihi jalapana dirahitu dhyana dhyaya naste parambikam savalmiko bhavadrajal लताभि परिवेष्टितः कालेन महता राजन समीकीर्ण पिपीलिकः तथा स संवृतोधीमान मृत्पिण्ड इव वर्षतः कदाचित् स महीपालः कामिनीगण संवृतः आजगाम सरोराजं विहर्तुम् इदम् उत्तमम् शर्यातिः सुन्दे वृन्द संयुतः सलिले मले क्रीडासक्तु महीपालो बभूव कमलाकरी सुकन्या वनमासाद्य विजहार सखीवृता सुमनांसी विचिन्वन्ती चंचला चंचलोपमा सर्वाभरण संयुक्ता रणचरण नूपुरा चक्रम ममाना वल्मीकम चवनस्य समाददत् किरारक्षोपि विष्टास वल्मीकस्य समीपतः तदर्शः चास रंध्रे वै कद्योत इव ज्योतिषी किमेतद् इति संचिन्त्य समुद्धर्तुं मनोदधे गृहीत्वा कंतकं तीक्ष्णं त्वरमानः कृशोदरी सा दृष्टा मुनिना बाला समीपस्था कृतोद्यमा विचरन्ति सुखे शान्ता मन्मथस्येव कामिनी तां वीक्ष्य स्थिरतिं तत्र क्षामकंठश्चपो निधिः ताम भाषः कल्याणीं किमेतद् इति भार्गवः दूरं गच्छ विशालाक्षी तापसोहं वरानने मां दिम्भस्वाद्य वल्मीकं कंटकेन कृशोदरी. Devotees, this Shavan Rishi, Shanta Chit. Now the Chit refers to more like the intellect, the mind. Shanta. And what is meant by that? Very, very stable. Now you know, there's a bhajana says, Pinjre ke panchire. Bahar se tu khamosh rahi tu bhitar bhitar roye re. Like, you know, like a bird. So they say, you know, you sit very quietly. Bahar se tu khamosh rahi tu, but bhitar bhitar roye re. Inside you're crying, you're screaming, there's turmoil inside. There's a contradiction between what is in the outside and what is in the inside. Now you may appear to look quiet on the outside, but that is not Shanta Chit, because the mind is waving. When we say Shanta Chit, stabilizing yourself, not only bodily, but mentally. You see, devotees, we could roam all over, physically, but also mentally. So I can sit down here, I could go Guyana. I wonder what game going on tonight. I could go Australia, I could go wherever in the mind. That is Bhatakata. We keep saying you're roaming all about, but you're sitting on one place. What's the purpose? Better go on home. So when we say Shanta Chit, we mean that he's sitting there very, very quiet. Mind stilled. Right? Performing tapasya. Devotees, that place, no one around, no distractions, no disturbance, no obstacles. He sat on one spot. Mind focus. Silence, maun. As I mentioned, no talking, but stillness of the mind also. Nirodha Purvak. Nirodha Purvak. Now, you got to understand these things. I mentioned time and again that there are 5 mental planes. Panchmukhi Hanuman. Chiptam Murham Vikshiptam Ekagram Niruddham. The raving mind, the forgetful mind, the oscillating mind, the one-pointed mind, and the restrained mind. This mind is yet, all his senses are withdrawn from the external world. Back into the kaupen, as we say, sushumna nari. You're totally oblivious to the external surroundings. Now this is poi. Some of us, we pray and we hear everything, we see everything, we smell everything, because senses on the outside feed in. And then, we say we pray. That's not praying. And I've mentioned time and again, praying from your heart. This is what is meant by it. It's not a physical heart. You don't sit down and pray and cry and say, I'm praying from my heart. You're crying because you have trouble. That's not devotion. Praying from your heart is symbolic here. It means you have shut out everything. Heart shall only shall like Shutikshan Muni. When he was dancing, he got Sri Ram Darshan in his heart. Shut out everything. Even Sri Ram outside, trying to awaken him. He wasn't hearing, nor feeling anything. That's the high state. They call that Niruddhaman. And while I met it, Hanuman Baba devotees, look at the picture of Sri Ram, Sita, Bhaya, Lakshman, and Hanuman. Hanuman Baba back is always to the world. His eyes are focused on the feet of Sri Ram, representing Niruddhaman, that mind that is withdrawn from the external world and focused totally on divinity. Now, I will share a secret with you. Simple secret. You pray one moment so. Anything happens. Everything happens. One moment of prayer like that. You have to do it for long. No? Because you just reach that point, climactic point, where everything is withdrawn from the outside and you totally identify with divinity. Imagine that. Have you ever reached there? I mean, if you slip away, Now remember, Shant Chit. So he's there, mind withdrawn, mind on nothing at all. Totally withdrawn, thoughtlessness. Shambhavupai. High state. And in this state, devotees, he will go into devotion, into tapasya, into meditation. So all his senses withdrawn. So I just want to mention to the sacrifices he made. After a while, when I mentioned, I think previous night, the devotees, even the asuras, drink a little bit of water, eat a little bit of leaf. After a while, they give up all that. So this is what? Going beyond Annamaya Kosh. Going beyond Pranamaya Kosh. Breath under control. Beyond Manomaya Kosh, beyond the mind sheet. They're going deeper and deeper into the true Nitya. This sage devotees reached to that point. Visualizing that Sachidananda Rupini, Mahamaya, Devi Ma. He not praying for any kind of burden like the Rakshas and them, to ask for power. He's just doing tapasya to identify. And so devotees, he was meditating on Bhagavati Devi, Mahashakti. So it so happened, that stillness of his, ants came, and ants began to build a nest around him. Like Valmiki Muni. Remember Valmiki? In due course, his entire body was covered by this ant's nest. He wasn't aware. Right? He didn't kill anyone, she killed no mosquito when he deep in Samadhi. You know what I mean? When I was deep in Samadhi, kill it, you kill the mosquito, it'll bite you. You're not praying. Become aware of these things. In this deep state, no matter what happens, you're not aware. Ants built his nest all around him. And in due course, the creepers, lata means a creeper. The creeper covered that whole ant's nest. But where the two eyes were, just two holes remained. And devotees, when the sages are going to meditation, they don't close their eyes totally, If you look, you'll see the eyes are kind of halfway open, but they're not seen. Just that part of the eye is there. And after all, long tapasya, you could imagine what is happening from those eyes. Well, we will hear. The king devotee decided, Shariati that is, in case you forgot by now, to go to this very same spot for a picnic. So one spot, one go for samadhi, one go for picnic. This is the world. So he, together with his queens, I don't know how many, and his soldiers, and of course his daughter, they went. And devotees, wonderful spot. Again, that, very, very wonderful for a picnic. Like years ago, how Blue Basin was. And many people will go where Mark or something, whatever, different places attract different people. But this spot was really, really unique. And so they set up their camp and so on and enjoying themselves. Now the whole story is about Sukanya. Young girls, young boys too, difficult for them to stand quiet too much in one spot. Like to explore. So Sukanya began to explore the beauties of Nitya, accompanied by her attendants, Sakhi. So she, beautiful young girl, well dressed and so on, and they would have little whatever on the ankle, and ringing, jinging when they walk in, you could hear the sound. Devotees, so a different sound, an alien sound to the environment in that part of the forest. But she's walking, looking everywhere, and she came right to where this ant's nest, this Valmiki, the ant's nest was. Place very, very peaceful. So a positive vibration emanating out of that spot. But when she looked at this ant's nest, what she saw? Two shining things inside. The two holes where the eyes were. That part, two shining something. She thought was a firefly. It is some insect that shining, had its own light, a firefly. So what she decided to do? Devotees, but all this time, that alien sound disturbed the meditation of the sage. He wasn't too much fully aware that he was within an ant's nest. But this alien sound, and then through this, here now, his meditation was broken, and he saw this girl come in. But from inside he's saying, don't come here. But when inside the ant's nest, how are you going to hear outside? She wasn't hearing anything. She didn't hear anything. And when she saw these two fireflies, according to her, curiosity, a feeling to dig them out. And she got a stick, and she pierced the eyes of the sage. Both eyes, thinking it was a firefly. Devotees, the sage was blinded. Now, notice he was in tapasya. Look what happened to him. So some of us may say, so much tapasya, and he get blind. There is story finished. So devotees, the sage cried out in pain, but nobody hearing. When she pulled the stick out, no firefly, but the stick wet. Some liquid was here. Was it blood? She became scared. And she turned right away and she went back. But devotees, from the moment the sage was in pain and cried out, something very, very strange happened to the king, all his followers, even the animals. And a simple thing, but in nice terms, they all suffered. There's a nice word that we use, constipation. The bowel movements all ceased. Everybody shut down, so to speak. Now devotees, if you think there is no problem, think again. Yeah. Think again. Yeah. You see, sometimes these things come up in the devotees and we pay attention to it. Akbar once told Birbal, well, Birbal, is a secretary. Akbar had a son. He said, oh, Birbal, tell me, how do you feel that I have my son? He said, I feel very happy, very happy. How happy? He said, well, happy like when I go to the toilet. Now the king get mad. How could you say that? Because his own interpretation. Birbal smart. He said nothing. Kasmet today, I will teach you tomorrow. So sometime afterwards, he invited the king to go for a boat ride out in the lake. And on the journey, he put some laxative or something in the king's food. So midway, the king in trouble. Trouble. Oh, Birbal, we need to get back quickly. You know, when this attack, you know what the problem is. I'm sure many people have experienced that already. I mean, I too, me too. Yeah. So the vote is, the race, the fellow had to keep up. When he reached and he went and he did what he had to do. When he come back out, he said, Birbal, I never felt better in my life. Birbal said, well, that's what I was telling you. You see? So you see, sometimes we use these examples, but people don't understand these things. But devotees, so many people suffer these small problems. They're not easy. It may not show on your body, but that mental suffering, body itself suffers. Everybody began to suffer. Break up, picnic, and they're gone back home. Something strange happened. The king was no fool. He analyzed. Something had to be wrong. All of a sudden, everybody, even the animals, can be experiencing this problem. So then he asked, did anybody interfere with a holy man anywhere? The first thought crossed his mind. You interfere with a holy man, then you can have a problem you will get. You want to give trouble? Take trouble. So all analyze too now, right? I don't know. I'm not saying anything otherwise now. Interpret. Devotees, nobody did anything. They sure about it. Oh king, we didn't do anything. We didn't come across any holy man. Only one person knew that, and that was Sukanya. When he began the suffering, continued so devotees, yeah, the sage decided, the king decided, let me go and look. Let's go and see. And devotees came to the very same spot where this sage was. And they saw him in the condition he was blinded and so on and so forth. Devotees, who did it? Sukanya. So Sukanya confessed to her father. Acceptance, confession lightens the burdens of the heart. She confessed, I did something like that. I don't know what it was. I did something like that. And this was what made the king go to the spot, and he found the sage. So the king said, oh sage, we are very sorry. He apologized as best as he could, which he should. But when a karma is done, sorry, that will help. Suffering still there. The sage is still in pain. So devotees, he was asked, what can I do to alleviate your pain? He said, oh, the Chavan said, oh king, I'm performing tapasya, now I'm blinded. I can't see, I can't help myself. The king had a solution. I will send my servants to help you, soldiers, to help you. That is the king's solution. Chavan said, no king, your soldiers, your servants will serve me only for a while and disappear. They will not remain to take proper care of me. There's only one thing I'm suggesting to you. You have to give your daughter to me. So she will serve me, taking care of me, so I can perform in my blindness and of course my old age, all my religious duties, what I'm carrying out. This is the only way solution will come to your problems. King gone back home. Said, nah. Devotees, in today's world, people have a daughter to get married and the fella good. Sometimes he good and thing, I mean. And he said, nah, he too black. Me, I want him for my daughter. Trivial things. This king, an old man, a blind old man, and he's asking, give your daughter to me. Think you could do that? He said, no way I will do that. I cannot. And you know, Katha goes on to tell you, and this is, you know, what scriptures teach us, you know, through the examples, the kind of person we look for, what, the expectations of parents, etc. We won't do all that. We all know. And this Kali Yuga, so expectations change. So devotees, the king said, I am not, no way I'm going to give my daughter away to that blind old sage. He old already. You marry your daughter to an old man? And he said certain things now. Devotees, when everybody continued to suffer, then Sukanya went to her father and said, Pitaji, I will get married. I will get married. I caused all this problem. And therefore it is my responsibility. And don't worry about other factors. devotees in simple way, she influenced him and she convinced him. For the benefit of all, no selfishness here, I'll make this sacrifice. And that was what was done. So Kanya, the beautiful young girl, was given marriage to that old sage. And from the time she was given away, all them problems solved. They became okay. Right? Because the sage was not pleased. So devotees, that is part of it, interfering with a holy man, whatever, a genuine holy man, you're creating your own problem. Be very, very careful with that, no matter who you are. This girl now, devotees, she conducted herself in an appropriate fashion as a wife. Firstly, she asked her father to give up all the, the jewelry and so on. And she dressed herself in the clothing of the sages, the garb made of the bark of trees. No jewelry, no finery and so on, nothing at all, not even footwear. Because the sages live like that. A very, very frugal life to match up with her husband. Now he can't see. Old, but here he had a prop to help him. But she didn't pay any attention to his age, his oldness, whatever it may be, as many wives will look at. She said, I have accepted him as my husband and I'm going to do my duty. Work is worship, duty is God. And devotees, again, full details. This nitya karma, she would help him do it, help him bathe, in various ways, get things for him to eat. She took care of him totally. And importantly, not taking care of him and grumbling. She took care of him with a pure mind. Pure mind. You see, this is where you see vibrations come in. People may think anything otherwise, up to you. Tell what scriptures tell us. Pure mind. Your intent is important. So devotees, this was how she took care of him. And at night time, she would massage him. Now, I'm not saying by any stretch of imagination that all a wife must go and massage all her husband and thing. Don't feel I'm telling all of that. I'm telling you what this girl did. If all of you all should do it, do it. No. If you feel it's been subservience that you're thinking, this girl, Sukanya, was maintaining her duties according to what scriptures dictate most appropriately. And with a pure mind, not forced to do anything at all. So the sacrifice was important. What I want to make, the point I want to make to you. Not caught up with material things to enjoy and what. She just did her duty. That is pure ornament, character, best ornament to adorn yourself with. Some time passed, devotees, quite some time passed. So understand what is taking place, right? Duty, nothing but duty, right? And it is a spiritual duty she carried out, taking care of that husband in this form. Some time passed, devotees. She never wavered in her devotions, to the husband. And when he was asleep, she would have a time. She would also worship Mata, because the husband worshipped Devi plenty. Some time passed, devotees, and she went to the pond to have a bath, and she was coming back. And they said two very, very handsome individuals. When I say handsome, I mean men. When I say beautiful, I mean women. So two handsome men. The Ashwini Kumar, they are called. They are said to be the sons of the sun. Ashwini Kumar. They appear in that part of the forest and they saw this beautiful girl. But very, very, simply dressed. Barefooted, etc. No ornaments, no adornment on her body, nothing at all. In all simplicity. But her beauty, unsurpassable. Inexpressible. So that's I can't describe it. Devotees, so very politely first they approach and ask her, who are you? Normal questions. Who is your husband? Now how would they know she is married? How do we know that a Hindu woman is married? You see the sindur? Right. So they know she was married. Right? Why are you living in the forest, living this frugal life? Barefooted. Look at how tender you are. And the observations now. And then she said, oh, I'm the consort of Chavan Rishi. My husband is old, he's blind, but I'm taking care of him. So devotees, good discussion went on, but she's very, very firm. This is my husband. No compromise. So these fellows say, well, you are so young, you're wasting your whole life behind that old man. Choose one of us. Temptation. Temptation, which destroys the world. And then people make excuse. I couldn't help it. I was only a man. I was only a human being. She was a human being. Temptation. Choose any one of us. We'll give you all the enjoyment and happiness in life. Devotee, she became so angry. She said, don't you dare say such things to me. I'll give you a curse. I'm going to let my husband know everything. She went home and she explained to the husband everything. So you see now, this is trust relationship now. You can't do things and hide. And then when the secret busts out in you, as we say, you start to make all kind of excuse. Truth. Satya Mata. Truth is mother. Devotees, she explained to the husband everything. And the sage, when he heard all that, he was very wise by now. He said, oh, Sukanya, those two are Ashwini Kumar, the sons of Suraj Narayan. They have plenty power. Invite them, let them come. And so devotees, they came to the ashram where the old man was, Chavan Rishi. And devotees, there was an interaction between the two of them, between Ashwini Kumar and Chavan. So we get into the essence of it. At the end of it all, the Ashwini Kumar, they actually tested Sukanya. And because she passed that test with flying colors, devotees, success has to come, elevation. So what they said to Sukanya, we can give back your husband his youth. Can bring him back youthful. But you have to do a test. You have to test. You have to decide, you have to differentiate which one of the three of us is your husband. Yeah. So the two, Ashwini Kumar, the two of them, and Chavan. So they're going to do something, but Sukanya had to differentiate, identify which one was her husband. And so devotees, Sukanya agreed. Husband said, yes, agree. Don't worry, you agree. Because he found a way here, all his tapasya also come into fruition. Get back his youth. Yeah? Reverse the age, reverse time, so to speak. Reverse the aging process. This is the Dipapatari Katha. Energies that involved here. So devotees, there was a pond nearby. These two, the Ashwini Kumar, the holy old man, two sides, and they came and they jump inside the pond. So they jump with the old man inside the pond. Quite some time passed. Well, some time, But for Sukanya, it was a long time. You could imagine what she's thinking. Like they kill the old man or what? What's going on? After some time, devotees, out of that pond came 3 individuals looking identical. Identical. Where was the old man? Where was the old man? Nowhere to be seen. Sukanya looked on over. This is trouble. These three persons look identical in all respects. How am I to differentiate my husband? Hard. How to get help here now? Very difficult task. And devotees, she turned towards Mahashakti. And she worshipped Mata. She prayed conscientiously. Husband was praying his whole life. She also was praying, now Ma, I need your help. Help me. Help me to identify which is my husband. And devotees, it is said, according to the Devi Bhagavad, that Mata was pleased with her. And the Sattva Bhav, that state of purity, piety, spirituality, if you're in Rajas Prakriti and Tamas Prakriti, you can never identify that truth. You get carried away. Many people who compromise because Rajas and Tamas. If you're in Sattva, you can never get caught up like that. Mata blessed her with his power. And she looked at them, and without a moment of hesitation, this one is my husband. She chose the correct one. Correct one. And devotees, the Ashwini Kumar were pleased and said, Sukanya, great sacrifice of yours, blessings to you. And you are instrumental in bringing your husband back to his youthful age. Devotees, just a little thing here, Ashwini Kumar actually is your brother, in a philosophical sense. Breathing in and out. Pranayam. Yeah? Energy from the sun. How you can reverse aging process? Use Vicco cream. And yeah? Devotees have techniques in scriptures. That is if you want to look young all the time. You can, but it has to go back to certain practices you have to carry out. And Devi is energy, and everything is energy. Everything is energy. The body is energy. Right? So if the right yogic technique can be developed, it's there. I wouldn't say it's there. You have to know whether you should practice it or not. So imagine you invoke this kind of power, you do it. An 85-year-old man, you're looking like a 25-year-old man. And you're looking at a young girl, 20 years. And you say, Monsieur, you are a 85 years she had 25 years. You shoot him? You mightn't believe. Nobody will believe that. They have certain difficulties arising because of that. Yeah. But that is another aspect of it. Devotees, this girl was blessed now with this husband because of her sacrifices that she made over the years. And so the Ashwini Kumar blessed them and they disappeared. The Katha continues in another direction where the Chavanishi performed the Yagya and they were invited and reward was given to them, drinking what he called Som. But that is a different topic. We leave that there. I want to complete this one here. So this Sukanya now began to enjoy her life with her husband. Genuine husband, young man, powerful, shining, glittering, Some time passed, one of the wives of the king, the main wife, he said, oh husband, how long we never saw our daughter Sukanya? How long? I'm really grieving to see her. Let us go now. And so devotees, it appealed to the mind of the king. And when he reached to that spot where the ashram was, this king is seeing a handsome young man gallivanting all about and Sukanya there. Right away the man pushed away. You understand what I mean? He got angry. What is my daughter doing? Devotees, I have said to many, many married daughters, you want to do your parents' arati. What is the best way you could honor your parents? By living the right type of life. Where you doing arati, Christian arati, bowing the foot and thing, right? And when they say they go on so, you go on so. Next I so. Different kind of attitude you display. Dishonesty, etc. Infidelity. Maintaining the right principles is the best way to honor your parents. So the king was angry. My daughter has degraded me. Look what she has done. When he met Sukanya, well, he let Sukanya have it as an earful. What have you done? You have disgraced the ancestry. She said, they asked, who is this? She said, oh father, listen to me first. That is my husband. I did not marry you to this one. Where the old man? Devotees, she explained that what happened with the Ashwini Kumar and so on. All the sacrifices. She said, oh Pitaji, I will never degrade you by my actions. No way. This was what happened. And the Ashwini Kumar, they brought my husband back to life. Back to youth. But I had to undergo this test. She explained everything. If you doubt me, ask the sage. Now the sage wouldn't lie, not like today. If Allah is there with somebody else, ask him the truth. He will lie from all sides. Devotees, this sage wouldn't lie. When Shariati questioned, he explained everything. This was what happened. And the king was so overjoyed. Now look my son-in-law, a fitting, not a man older than me. Yeah? And so devotees, great joy. And Chavan Rishi suggested that, whatever, they perform a yagya, give thanks and sacrifices and so on. And Chavan Rishi, he officiated at it. He was highly qualified. Son-in-law could officiate for father-in-law and mother-in-law. He could be there upon it. Yeah. And devotees, it was to that yagya the Ashwini Kumar were invited, and they got part of the yagya called Som to drink, which, as I said, a different kind of topic. But devotees, here you see, Devis practiced in a different form of principle, of duty, no matter how hard it is, sticking to what is right and proper. But in the long run, Chavan Rishi, he benefited. And Sukanya, she also benefited. Absolutely no losses whatsoever in sacrifices. So devotion can be true, what we do, puja and so on, but devotion, life should be a puja. This is the point I want to make to you all as I conclude. Your life should be a puja. Puja is not only when you sit at the Beri. No. Your life should be a puja. Every action of yours, attitude, your thoughts, that is puja. When you perform this kind of puja, not once in a while doing a puja and put up 10 flags. If your life is a puja, anything is possible in life. And everything is possible. And devotees, see Devi Bhagavat has given us a lot of techniques, secrets that we can employ to our benefit. But sometimes you have to be careful what you do, because, over-ambition could cause another kind of pain. Yeah? So don't try to play Chavan Rishi and try to get back young. Accept the aging process and go ahead peacefully and gracefully. But point is, worship the divine. Okay, devotees? So this katha tells us about life itself and the sacrifices you make. Yes, the time will come when you worship personal. But otherwise, how you live. How you live. That is the key. Right? I've mentioned time and again, life is like a vehicle. You could have V8 engine, mag rims, whatever. If you're tightening the wheel nuts, you're not going anywhere. These little things in life, our daily duties, our responsibilities, that, where we are based upon where we are in life, never compromise that. Whether people looking at you or they're not looking at you. Remember, I've been saying you are on your own. You compromise, it's your problem. But just remember, no man is an island. You do the wrong things, others also suffer. Embarrassment, etc., etc. But the main beneficiary of positive or negative is we ourselves. So devotees, this is devotion. I not for one moment want to preach that you must pray every day, do this and do that, but live any kind of how. No way. Pray, all the sacrifices, but live the right life. Life must be a puja. Let's remember what it means. Okay? Bole Siyar Shakti Jagadamba Mata Ki Jai. We'll make preparation for the final Havan. While it's being done, devotees, let's glorify Mata. Simple Kirtanam again. If there's any simple Kirtan. So devotees will glorify the divine Sri Ram Krishna Devi. Join me. Govinda Rama Jai Jai Gopala Rama. 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 एक तू रमा जय जय अनेक तू रमा. एक तू रमा जय जय अनेक तू रमा. गोविंद जय जय गोपाल रमा दुर्गा काली महा जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ हे दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ हे दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ हे दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा गोपाल रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ ओम गंगणपतये नमः स्वाहा श्री गौरी माता स्वाहा श्री पृथ्वी माता स्वाहा पंचलोकपाल देवाय स्वाहा ओम नमो नारायणाय स्वाहा ओम नमः शिवाय स्वाहा नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा श्री सूर्यारि नवग्रह देवाय स्वाहा ब्रह्मग्नये नमः स्वाहा ओम ह्रीं श्रीं चंडिकायै नमः स्वाहा ओम क्रीं कालियै नमः स्वाहा महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्रीं ह्रीं सरस्वत्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री ईश्वरी देवी स्वाहा ओम श्री 10 महाविद्या देव्याभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा माहेश्वरी देवी स्वाहा ओम श्री ब्राह्मी देवी स्वाहा ओम श्री कौमारी देवी स्वाहा सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री हनुमते नमः स्वाहा सीतारामचंद्रायभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा राधा कृष्णाय नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री इष्टदेवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री कुलदेवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री अष्टान देवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री ग्राम देवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री इतरकरम प्रधान देवाय स्वाहा 5 times again ओम श्री वास्तु देवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री 33 करोड़ देवताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा अनंत स्वरूपाय ब्रह्मणे नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री गुरुवे नमः स्वाहा All right, wash out your hands. Please all stand, devotees. We perform Purnahuti, we concentrate on Shiv Shakti. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Chama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namustyute Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhutarti Harini Jai Sarva Gate Devi Kal Ratri Namustyute Om Namah Sharvaya Shantaya Shambhave Shambhave Namah Vidyeshwar Namastubhyam Bhuteshwar Namustyute Om Purnamidah Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha Achman Om Sarva Papaharang Divyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam Achmanang Chamaya Dattam Grihitam Purushottamaha Brahmagnaye Namaha Bow to the fire. Devotees, we take part in Arati. Light up the thali. Yeah. All right. So do Artani Biri first and then move on to the Murtis. Om Sajam Chavarti Sanyuktam Vahin Yojitam Maya Deepam Grihan Devise Trailukit Nirapam Deepam Samarpayami. Jayambe Gauri Maya. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी मैया जय मंगल मूर्ति मैया जय आनंद करनी तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरे ब्रह्म शिव जी मांग सिंदूर विराजत चीको मृग मद को उज्ज्वल से दुहु नैना चंद्र बदन लिखो कनक समान कलेवर रतांबर राजहे रक्त पुष्प गल माला कंठन पर साजे के हरि वाहन राजत करक पर धारी सुर नर मुनि जन सेवक तिनके दुख हारी कानन कुंडल शोभित नासादे मोती कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर समराजत ज्योति शोभन शुंभ विदारे महिषासुर घाती धूम्र विलोचन नैना निषदिन मदमाती चंद मूंग संहारे शोणित बीज हरे मधु कैत भदु मारे सुर भय ही न करे ब्रह्मानी रुद्राने तुम कमल रानी आगम निगम बखानी तुम शिव पतरानी चौसत योगिनी कहवत नृत्य करत भैरू बाजत ताल मृदंग और बाजत डमरू तुम हो जग की माता तुम ही हो भरता भक्तन की दुख हरता सुख संपत्ति करता भुजाचार्य के शोभित वर मुद्राधारी मन वांछित फल पावत सेवत नर नारी कंचन थाल विराजत अगर कपूरवाती श्रीमाल के तुम्हें राजत कोटि रतन ज्योति अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे कहत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे जय अम्बे गौरी मैया Let us complete the Arati devotees. Let's join. Ram Ram Sita Rama Ramachandra Pahi Mam Ram Krishna Govinda Hari Pahi Mam Krishna Krishna Gopala Vasudeva Pahi Mam Ram Krishna Govinda Hari Pahi Mam Atulita Baladhamam Hanumat Pahi Mam Atulita Baladhamam Hanumat Pahi Mam Ram Krishna Govinda Durga Lakshmi Sharada Sarva Devi Pahi Mam Ram Krishna Govinda Hari Pahi Mam Hara Hara Gangadhar Neelakancha Pahi Mam Hara Hara Gangadhar Neelakancha Pahi Mam Rama Rama Sita Rama Ramachandra Pahi Mam Rama Krishna Govinda Hari Pahi Mam Rama Krishna Govinda Hari Pahi Mam Rama Krishna Govinda Shiva Hare Shiva Rama Sakhi Prabhu Tribidha Tapa Nivarana He Vibhu Aja Janeshwara Yadava Pahi Mam Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu Mangalam Garudhvaja Mangalam Pundarikaksha Mangalayatanu Hari Avahanam Na janami Visarjanam Pujang Chaiva na janami Chamyatang Parmeshwari Om Gacha Gasur Sreshta Swasthani Parmeshwari Yata Brahmadeyo Devas Tatra Gachutasana Om Labhasteshang Jayasteshang Kutasteshang Parajaya Yesham Indi Varsham Hridayastu Janardana Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukbhag Bhavet Om Mantrihinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Parameshwari Yat Pushitam Maya Devi Paripurnam Tadastu Me Om Asatuma Sadgamaya Tamasuma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Gachatvam Bhagwan Agni Swasthani Kunda Madhyataha Hutam Adaya Devibhya Shigra Dehi Prasidami Om Brahmagnaye Namaha Om त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम। बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। उदय शाह जगन्नाथ की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। बोलिए श्री स्वाहा माता की। शुभमस्तु। Blessings to all devotees. Kindly be seated. Raj,
Sitaram. As we come to the end of this, the fourth night of our Sri Durga Devi Yagya, it gives me great pleasure to extend gratitude to all those who have contributed to the success thus far. Firstly, Gurji, our deepest gratitude to you. Your unceasing outpouring of grace, patience, and kindness have been the single factor that continues to drive each and every one of us along this road of sacrifice. We have become enriched in so many ways from the knowledge imparted by you. To our audio-visual team, such hard-working individuals who continue to perform their duties quietly behind the scenes, ensuring that our viewers on ITV and our social media platforms are blessed with quality live broadcasting. Our most gracious thanks to Auntie Asha and family for sitting for puja tonight. To all devotees who have joined us on yet another night to commemorate this auspicious occasion of Naratam, we would like to thank you for your support. We do hope each of you join with us for the rest of the week as we continue our celebrations. As I end, our final wish is that these nightly lessons of Guruji guide our every step. Dhanyavad aur Sitaram.
Thank you, Praveen. And devotees, I would like to say personally blessings to Raj, Rajendra, Asha. And devotees, you know, if you look at Asha, I guess you could scarcely see her from there, right? Especially from sideways. As we say, sometimes we say, a little piece of girl. She is the principal of St. George's College. In case many of you may not know. And a very efficient one at that. And I feel gratified that, you know, professionals, you set the example like this. They're sitting with their family. So we have Pradeep and Sanjeev, the two sons. The eldest one is on call. He's working. Doctor. He's a medical doctor. So the family, excellent background and very qualified. And it's an example. Why I'm saying all this for others, because sometimes people believe that, you know, Hindus, only who do go school and then go do puja and na, but when professionals will sit together with us and take part in devotions, you set a wonderful example. And I appreciate this very, very much. So blessings to all of you and continue life's journey. And Asha, we know challenges, but challenges are there to make you stronger. Raj, you realize that. Yeah? You have gone through quite a few things in life and you have triumphed. And you see, it will make you better people. No doubt about that. So keep your journey going. Both of you are orphans like me. Raj, your mother's still here? She's not an orphan totally yet, half orphan. Right? Asha is fully. Right? But life goes on. The Divine Mother is here to guide us. So keep the journey going, and to Pradeep and Sanjeev, follow the example. I don't mean you have to become a doctor, but follow the example of your eldest brother. What is his name again? Rajiv. Sanjeev and Rajiv. Right. Many of you know to Rajiv way back before was always in Sunday morning service and functions in Gandhipak. But he's qualified, and time is of essence, I think, for them. So you have good examples to follow, and don't stray from the path. We have to have the young people following up to continue. Okay? Rajiv, I'm Sanjeev. Why was it so hard? All right. I can see from far you have 4 eye. Right? I'm Pradeep. Okay? Keep it going. You all are doing quite well so far. Quite well. You're making your parents proud. You have their blessings. So keep it going. Okay? And devotees to everybody else, we say blessings to you. Remember, I didn't hear Praveen say it. We have refreshments tonight? She said it? She said it? I didn't hear it. Anyway, refreshments are prepared for all, so you'll receive your refreshments as you leave. And remember, we have 3 more sessions, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday session starts at 3 o'clock. Sunday is Durga Ashtami. You may see in some calendars, they say Monday is Durga Ashtami. Durga Ashtami is going to start around few minutes after 9 Sunday morning. That is why we are doing puja in the evening to get the Ashtami Tithi. Follow what I am saying. And the Durga Navratam, this year we don't have 9 nights. There's what I call a chai in between. The Navratam should be finishing some very, very early, I think Tuesday morning, before daybreak. So I will give you some advice. Those of you who have to offer your 9 lota, dhar and whatever have you, well, before, you see if I tell you tonight, you won't come back tomorrow on Saturday. So when you come back Saturday, maybe Sunday I'll tell you what to do. Okay? So just prepare yourself, but Ashtami, so I'm saying that Sunday we are doing Ashtami Puja. So all those of you who want to make your offerings to Devi Ma, you can do so, and Kanya Puja will also be done. We will be concluding our year on Sunday evening. From 3 to about 6, half 6, 7 for the latest. Depends how many people come to offer. So you can prepare yourself, devotees, auspicious period of time. Make use of it. Okay? Blessings. Stand up, Raj. Asha, Sanjeev and Pradeep, I'll call everybody name. Tell them. Sitaram. Blessings, devotees.